Welcome back to Life with the Browns, the only channel brave enough to dig beneath the polished facade the network won't show you. Take a long look at this face. For years, she lingered in the shadows of the Brown family saga, a ghost haunting the halls of Shira Chateau. Her name? Mindy Jessup, Robin Brown's niece, the family's nanny, the silent witness to everything the cameras missed. She saw it all: whispered conversations after the crew left, unfiltered breakdowns, unspoken truths hidden behind staged smiles. And now, according to our exclusive insider sources from the civil trial of the century, Brown versus Brown, Mindy took the stand. What happened next? The Brown family's carefully curated image, polished over a decade, didn't just crack. It shattered. Here's what you're about to hear. A meticulously pieced together account from sources inside the courtroom, detailing how a single nanny's testimony exposed years of manipulation, deceit, and hidden wealth. But first, before we step inside, you know the drill. If you stand with Christine, Janelle, and Mary, if you're done with gaslighting and hypocrisy, then prove it. Hit that like button until it turns blue. Subscribe to Life with the Browns and tap the notification bell. You won't want to miss part 2. Trust me, you'll need to be here for what comes next. All right, let's set the stage. This isn't just another family feud. Sources call it the Brown family financial reckoning. Christine and Janelle filed a lawsuit alleging breach of fiduciary duty, financial malfeasance, and intentional infliction of emotional distress against Cody and Robin. At the core, accusations that Cody and Robin systematically siphoned funds from the family's central account. Let's call it Family Traditions LLC, to fund private ventures, all while convincing the other wives that the family was teetering on financial collapse. We watched helplessly as Janelle fretted over Coyote Pass. Christine struggled to fund her move to Utah. Every penny was pinched. The well is dry, they were told. Janelle couldn't even build on land she had invested hundreds of thousands into. Meanwhile, in the sprawling 5-bedroom, 2-acre estate, Robin was living in a completely different reality. And Christine and Janelle's lawyers were determined to prove it. The first few days of the trial, slow, methodical, a burning fuse leading to a powder keg. Financial records were presented. Accountants dissected strange transfers and missing funds. Cody took the stand, a masterclass in bluster and self-pity. He spoke of sacrifices, heartbreak, and betrayal. He painted himself as a victim of disloyal wives who didn't respect his authority. Every penny, he claimed, was invested for the family's future, a future that seemed to orbit exclusively around Robin. Then Robin took the stand. According to insiders, it was Oscar-worthy. Tears before the first question. Trembling voice. "I just wanted the family together," she whispered. She claimed ignorance of finances, portraying herself as just another innocent, struggling wife. She even allegedly looked at the jury and tearfully murmured, "I just wanted to live in a trailer." But the jury, seeing a woman in designer clothes and perfectly coiffed hair, seemed unconvinced. Christine and Janelle's lawyer, Anna Chararma, was relentless. She presented evidence of Robin's lavish spending, secret receipts, online splurges, and expensive jewelry from Cody. With every document, Robin's defense crumbled. "I don't remember. Cody told me it was for the family." Her words fell flat, unconvincing. The defense, led by Silas Croft, tried spinning Robin as a clueless victim, manipulated by Cody just like everyone else. But then, Chararma dropped the bombshell. "We call Mindy Jessup to the stand." According to insiders, a visible wave of panic washed over Cody and Robin. Cody went pale. His jaw tightened. Robin's tears for the first time were not sadness, but pure fear. Mindy walked to the stand. Simple gray pantsuit, hair tied back, nervous yet resolute. She avoided Cody and Robin's gaze. She was sworn in. Chararma began with calm precision, building a foundation of credibility. Courtroom transcript dramatized. Chararma. "Please state your full name for the record." Mindy Jessup. Mindy Alice Jessup. Chararma. "How are you related to Robin Brown?" Mindy. "She is my aunt, my mother's sister." Chararma methodically revealed Mindy's role, not just a casual visitor, but deeply embedded. 5 to 6 days a week, 8-10 hours a day, seeing everything Cody and Robin thought was hidden. And then, the first bombshell, the money. Mindy's salary. Chararma. "How were you paid for your work?" Mindy. "Direct deposit into my bank account." Chararma. "And how much?" Objection. Judge. Overruled. Answer the question. Mindy. "Approximately $80,000 a year." the courtroom murmured. $80,000 a year for a nanny, paid by an entity called KN&R Holdings, LLC. And that crew was just the beginning. Opening shot, courtroom tension, whispers in the air, a gavel striking somewhere in the distance. Not Cody Brown, personally. Not Robin Brown. Mindy Jessup. No, this wasn't about a casual check or a Venmo transfer. This was corporate money. Boom. There it was. Crew, this wasn't a personal payment from Cody, not a gift from Robin. This was a business account. An LLC. A corporate entity moving serious funds. All while Janelle was being told the family's main business account, the one she had access to, was nearly empty. Courtroom transcript dramatized. Chararma. Did you ever see any paperwork related to KN&R Holdings, LLC? Mindy Jessup. Sometimes they weren't careful. I'd see mail, bank statements, left on the kitchen counter, on Cody's desk in the office. Chararma. What did you see on these statements? Objection. Judge, she may testify to what she personally observed. Mindy. Large balances, transfers. Money moving from the family account, Family Traditions, LLC, into this private KN&R Holdings account. Deposits from TLC Discovery Networks. Deposits from something called My Sister Wife's Closet. The courtroom shifted. Did you catch that? While Janelle worried about the family's empty pot, Robin and Cody were quietly building a private fortune. And Mindy? Paid $80,000 a year, untouched by the supposed financial crisis? Chararma pressed further. Mindy, were you aware of the financial situation of the other wives? Mindy, I heard things. Cody and Robin talking after calls with Janelle or Christine. Cody would rant about Christine being financially irresponsible, Janelle always asking for money for Coyote Pass. He'd say, "They're bleeding us dry. They don't understand, the family pot is empty." Chararma, yet KN&R Holdings wasn't empty? Mindy, no, not at all. Robin Crew, Robin, the ultimate co-conspirator. She didn't just listen, she agreed. Mindy, she would calm him. But mostly she validated his perspective. "I know, sweetheart," she'd say. "We have to protect the assets for the little ones. It's our nest egg." Pause. Nest egg. Their nest egg. Not the family's, not the children's. Their personal fortune built with family funds, while Janelle lived in an RV, worried about her kids' financial future. This testimony alone revealed cold, calculated betrayal. But Crew, the money was just the appetizer. What came next was personal, malicious, strategic. Chararma shifted focus. From dollars to intent, she wanted to show Robin wasn't a passive bystander. She was actively coaching Cody, shaping the narrative, defending the abuses, justifying the neglect. Mindy, I overheard conversations about the other wives, especially Janelle and Christine. They weren't casual talks. These were strategy sessions. Objection. Judge, Miss Jessup, be specific. Tell us what you heard. Mindy, fall of 2020. Christine had been calling Cody, asking to see Isabel before her surgery. Cody ignored her calls. "I was in the kitchen, cleaning. They thought I wasn't listening." Cody paced. He said, "She's not the head of this family." "I am. She can't dictate my schedule." "She's not obedient." Robin, feeding the ego, stroking the persecution complex. "I know, honey. It's manipulation. They're trying to control you. You must show them your time is valuable, earned." Mindy, he melted. He said, "You're the only one who understands the burden of my crown." Then he turned off his phone for the rest of the day. Crew, the burden of his crown. The narcissism, astronomical. And Robin? She wasn't just complicit, she enabled it. Validated it, celebrated it. Lady Macbeth in designer shoes. And it didn't stop with Christine. Janelle became the next target. Mindy. After Janelle questioned finances, Cody came home furious. She thinks she's the CFO, but she's just an employee. Robin, ever subtle, would say, "I'm worried about her, Cody. She seems too independent. Maybe she needs less autonomy. Maybe you need to rein her in so she has to come to you." Crew, this was intentional psychological warfare. Every word, every strategy designed to limit, to control, to dominate. Robin wasn't a victim. She was a tactician, guiding Cody's cruelty, feeding his ego, justifying the abandonment of the other wives. This is the testimony that exposed the manipulation, the hierarchy, and the strategic betrayal of a family, piece by piece, from within. From within. Opening shot, the courtroom is hushed, sunlight cutting through blinds, the audience leaning forward in anticipation. So Robin suggested Cody use financial control to manage Janelle. Mindy Jessup testified, and here's what it sounded like. It wasn't about discipline or guidance. It was about power, control, and preserving a secret fortune. Robin framed it as protecting the family, reestablishing patriarchal order, but the result was always the same. Cody tightened his grip on the money. Visits became less frequent. And every restriction, every act of neglect he justified. Janelle wasn't respectful of his leadership. The direct examination paused. Chararma had nothing more for now. The defense rose. Mr. Silas Croft, sharp, slick, and confident, stepped forward, adjusting his tie. He had one task: discredit a witness who had just confirmed every fan's darkest suspicions. Courtroom transcript dramatized. Croft: "Good afternoon, Miss Jessup." Mindy: "Afternoon, Mr. Croft." Croft smirking: "That was quite a story you told. A real work of fiction." Objection. Judge: "Sustained." Counselor moved to a question. Croft: "Miss Jessup, you are Robin Brown's niece, correct?" Mindy: "I am." Croft: "And yet here you are testifying against your own aunt, the woman who gave you a job, a home, a generous salary. Doesn't that seem ungrateful?" Mindy: "I am here to tell the truth." Croft tried every angle. Bias, jealousy, disgruntled employee. He painted her as a friend of Christine, implying she had an axe to grind. He challenged her memory, accused her of eavesdropping, suggested she exaggerated what she'd heard. But Mindy held her ground. Mindy: "I stayed because I loved Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella. I was their connection to the rest of the family. I took the paycheck because I had bills, but taking money doesn't mean co-signing a lie. I'm not co-signing it anymore." Cross-examination couldn't shake her. Every attempt to undermine her credibility only reinforced her story. The jury saw her for what she was: brave, principled, and deeply connected to the children she cared for. As the courtroom emptied that day, the image was stark. Cody and Robin, sitting in their McMansion, counting the money siphoned from the family, planning how to isolate the women who helped build their empire. And out in the hall, Christine and Janelle quietly hugged Mindy. No words, just tears. A moment of validation and shared truth finally coming to light. But crew, this was just day one. The financial deceit had been exposed. The emotional manipulation laid bare. And yet, the next day, Chararma was prepared to tackle the infamous CO-19 protocols, the secret rules Cody and Robin imposed on who could enter the house, what could be said, and the lies they told cameras and family alike. Mindy's testimony was about to escalate from money and manipulation to control and deception, a level of hypocrisy that would leave the courtroom and the world utterly speechless. This story isn't just about greed or power. It's about strategy, malice, and the destruction of a family's trust. Crew, make sure you're subscribed with the bell on, because Part 4 will reveal the shocking truths about who was allowed in the Brown household, the lies told to TLC, and the final revelations that rocked this family to its core. Comment below, what do you think of Mindy's testimony so far? Do you believe her? And what do you think is coming next? Opening shot. The courtroom is packed, sunlight slicing through blinds, murmurs of anticipation filling the air. Cody and Robin look drained, their early trial confidence gone. Today, the focus is the most explosive chapter in modern sister wives history, the infamous CO-19 protocols. Christine and Janelle's lawyer, Ms. Anna Chararma, steps forward. She's poised, deliberate, and ready to dismantle Cody's carefully curated public image. The rules Cody enforced on television, rules so extreme that they severed his relationship with his own children, were about to be exposed as lies, manipulation, and cruelty. Mindy Jessup returns to the stand, composed, ready to deliver testimony that would shock the courtroom. Courtroom transcript dramatized. Chararma. Miss Jessup, during the height of the pandemic, what were the rules in the Brown household? Mindy. We had a list on the fridge. No one could go out unless essential. Mail had to sit for hours. Groceries wiped down. Change clothes. No visitors, no travel. And anyone who broke the rules? Cody wouldn't visit. They couldn't come to Robin's house either. Chararma. And these rules were enforced for all wives and children equally? Mindy. No, Janelle's sons and Christine's kids couldn't come over. But Robin's family visited frequently, unmasked, hugging, sharing meals, playing with Cody. He was right there, laughing, interacting normally. Chararma. Did Cody ever explain the difference? Mindy. Robin told him, "Honey, my family are careful. We trust our people." It's a closed circle. Voiceover pause. Crew, hear that phrase, a closed circle. It wasn't about health. It was a loyalty test, a tool of control, a cruel excuse to isolate Cody's other children while preserving privileges for Robin's network. Cody weaponized a global pandemic to consolidate power and justify emotional neglect. The courtroom reacts. The jury sees the hypocrisy. Croft tries to argue Mindy is making assumptions, but she's unshakable. The rules were selectively enforced, tailored to protect Cody and Robin's private world, while crushing the rest of the family. When Mindy steps down, the damage is irreparable. Cody and Robin's house of lies is fully exposed. Their secret slush fund, financial manipulation, and emotional coercion now stand alongside the CO-19 hypocrisy, a pattern of calculated cruelty. Closing arguments. Croft goes first, attempting to normalize the defendant's behavior. Messy divorce, bitter exes, misunderstandings. But Chararma rises, fiery, commanding. For years, Janelle and Christine poured their hearts and money into a shared dream, a family, a home, a future. They sacrificed. They budgeted. They were told to wait. Meanwhile, Cody and Robin lived in a parallel reality, a private LLC siphoning family assets, hiding money, and coaching emotional manipulation. They dismissed a child's agonizing surgery as manipulation. They weaponized a pandemic to banish children from their father's life. This was never about protection. It was preference, control, malice. Christine and Janelle seek justice, not pity, for the money taken and the years of emotional torment inflicted upon them. Voiceover pause. The jury deliberated for less than 4 hours. A clear signal. When they returned, Cody was visibly shaking. Robin clutched a rosary. Christine and Janelle remained composed, holding hands ready. Judge reading verdict. Breach of fiduciary duty, plaintiffs win. Financial malfeasance and unjust enrichment, plaintiffs win. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, plaintiffs win. A clean sweep. Financial damages? Millions, including investments in Coyote Pass, funds funneled into KN&R Holdings plus interest. Emotional damages? Massive recognition of years of calculated abuse, particularly the weaponization of CO-19 protocols. The aftermath, Cody erupted, yelling until removed. Robin broke down. Christine, Janelle, and Mindy shared a quiet, tearful embrace. Justice had been served. Validation had been delivered. The myth of the Brown family, officially dead. From the ruins rise two queens, Christine and Janelle, vindicated, empowered, and free. Their strength undeniable, their story finally told. Crew, this was more than a verdict. It was truth revealed in full, unvarnished glory. Comment below. Do you think justice was fully served? Were Cody and Robin held accountable? Let's celebrate this victory for the OG wives together. Outro, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the story of the Browns isn't just over. It's a cautionary tale, a saga of betrayal, and a testament to courage in the face of deceit.